Hello. I'm doing my first can of Monkish review. This is Sticky Traffic. And it has the four most popular hops in the world right now: Citra, Mosaic, Galaxy, and Nelson Sauvin. It was canned April 26th, so that makes it 4 weeks old or something like that. 8.4% alcohol. It's advertised as double dry hopped, but they don't do a version of this that's single dry hopped. And should be plenty cold enough. I just got it from a beer package and threw it in the freezer because I wanted to drink it now. And that looks real hazy, real pale. Sticky Traffic. Haven't had a Monkish beer in a while. I like them, but I thought they're a little bit harsh with the feel and the over hopping. This one looks pretty good. Bubbles are popping very fast, so this head's probably not going to last that long. Yeah, they seem like they're very, very Trillium-like, where some of their beers are just like extremely dry hopped, and they can be a little throat burny. They tend to have heads that don't last very long, and be really, really, really hazy. That's opaque. Yep. Very pale, though. And it smells a lot like Trillium, honestly. They must use a similar yeast strain or something. I wonder if it's like something like London Ale 3 and they just ferment it really cold. I don't know. Yeah, it smells a lot like some of the Citra, Mosaic, Forward, Trillium double IPAs. Maybe it's kind of like Vicinity or something. I did have Vicinity from Trillium on tap last winter, and it wasn't that great. This smells really nice. So it's got that juicy fruit, smarty sort of generic candy sort of yeasty thing that I think I get that from Citra a lot of the time. And there's just a little bit of green from the Galaxy, and a little bit of peppery stuff from the Nelson, but definitely some sweet, like cotton candy grapes. If you've ever had cotton candy grapes, they are really, really sweet white grapes. This is not smelling like wine exactly from the Nelson, but there's some kind of white grapey sweet thing, and some mango peach stuff happening. With all those hops, you expect an aroma to be this complex, and you can see the head kind of died down. Some big bubbles in there. And it's not fizzing as much now. Hopefully it's not undercarbed. Yeah, it's got some of that chalkiness, which I think is what a lot of people like, and it does give you a little bit of literal drying texture to deal with all the sweetness of this beer, because it's definitely a lot of body and sweetness, but it's not coming off as too sweet. And there's a nice lingering melony sort of thing, sort of bitter melon, kind of grassy. It kind of has this grassy, carbonic, leafy, just overdone, overhopped sort of thing. Yeah, the carb is a little biting, a little fizzy. Combining that with the chalkiness is a little bit of a coarse feel. They don't appreciate. Everything else about this beer I kind of like, except for like the feel, and like when the head fizzes out like that, usually the beer is going to have a feel like that. With Treehouse, this never happens. Almost all of their IPAs have this nice thick creamy head that lasts, and then you have a nice big soft creamy feel. Velvety, silky almost. This is nowhere near silky. But it's fun to get this explosion of hops. And despite the feel, I feel like it's still kind of balanced. Enough sweetness, enough hops. The only off flavor it's what I get from like, over hop Trillium beers. It's almost like a sulfury, chalky, gypsum-y sort of thing. It tastes like crumbly chalk. I guess I haven't really eaten chalk before, have I? Yeah. So yeah, it's calcium sulfate is what's used in a lot of beers to bring out the bitterness, and that literally is gypsum. But in these beers, to bring out a lot of the body, they use calcium chloride, which has a little bit of a salty flavor. It's not sodium chloride, but it's putting it all together. All those mineralies and the chalkiness of the feel can eventually kind of distracts. It's just like really spicy, kind of pithy, and it's distracting from all these fruits. I'm still getting a really good nose. And I mean, it's juicy. It just turns more into like a bitter grapefruit experience. That's what I've explained with a lot of beers like this. I really like it though. But if they could just... I mean, they obviously spend a lot of time really being able to get these explosive beers. Like, it's not hard to taste this. It's very fully flavored. It's still palatable. Just a lot of people who really like Treehouse beers might not like this. Where was I going with all that? Yeah, I still like it. Yeah, if only they would pay attention to the feel and the carb a little bit to see if they can improve that. And if it ended up being, even half as aromatic, it would be a masterful beer. Now I'm getting more of the Galaxy. The Galaxy is coming in with some like menthol-y, underripe pineapple. I heard recently that some people say that Galaxy has, especially bad batches of Galaxy, have like a little bit of a honey roasted peanut thing. And I can sort of see something like that, a little bit of a toasty, leafy, weird thing. But I just come to expect that it's like, that's a quality of Galaxy. And now the Galaxy is really coming out more. It is, I think, probably one of the most assertive hops in the world. It really lends a lot of flavor to beers. Yeah, this started off like a lot of these beers do, with all these fruits and things, and now it's devolved into this kind of spicy, grapefruity, menthol-y type thing. But still, I'm drinking it. I'm enjoying it. Thank you, Peter. But this Monkish seems like they're like Trillium. They're totally fine with this one flaw about the feel and the look of the head. Because, yeah, a little harsh in the throat right now. But I'm really glad to drink it. Very happy to drink something like this every once in a while. I don't really drink anything like this because I don't go to Trillium anymore that much. They're more expensive than they used to be, a lot more. Probably about on par with Monkish. But that's it. For this, I'd give it over a 4, maybe a 4.15. Bye.